Hello everyone, welcome to Tutor Time. Today I would like to introduce you to AP-CSP. So who's Tutor Time? I'm a college professor in computer science with over 15 years of college teaching experience. So why am I thinking about making this video for AP-CSP? It all started with helping my own child to walk through this process. And my child did get five in the end with no coding experience to begin with. So I hope this series of lectures that I'm going to make can help you prepare for the exam and also save you some time. So what is APCSP? APCSP stands for Advanced Placement for Computer Science Principles. Typically, this is the first AP course that's offered in high school in the computer science series. There are two of those courses. And the exam is offered by a College Board, and the topics will be on concepts of computer science and mostly its impacts on the world. So, are you a good candidate for this course? Well, if you have prior coding experience, um, you will feel very comfortable of learning this course um, due to the fact that it also requires like coding project. But if you do not have any coding experience, you should also be fine. Okay. And it basically just requires some algebra, high school algebra knowledge to begin with. So why do you want to take this course? Well, computer science nowadays is everywhere, right? We use our smartphones, right? We have visual recognition and you play video games, right? Lots of those are computer science programs. So you might want to try to understand how computing and technology have influenced the world, have influenced our daily lives. And in computer science, you will learn lots of things like problem solving skills. You apply a lot of those concepts you learned in math and apply that to real world examples. And maybe work with your classmates on building on those team projects and thinking about problems, issues in your community and ways you can help them with your program, right, with those technologies. So there's a lot to learn in this course. So particularly what's on this APCSP exam? There are generally two main parts. The first part is the programming task. They call that create performance task, which will be like 30% of your final score. So this is a project where you will design and code in class time. Okay, so that will be usually organized by your high school teacher who's teaching this APCSP course. So you're going to build your program and then you're going to take some videos about how this program is working and providing some references to those project. And there's also going to be written response questions. So those written response questions will be done when you take the final AP exam. So that will be 1 hour towards the end of the exam. And another part of this CSP will be 70%, which needs to be completed in 2 hours. The format is just 70 multiple choice questions. So for more details, you can go to definitely College Board and then look at the details of each of those components. So what kind of topics will be covered on a CSP exam? In general, five big ideas. So the first one is called creative development. It will basically uh, teach you about what's the typical software development process. How do you design programs to develop them and test them out? So on the exam, it's typically 10 to 13% of the exam scores. So those are the multiple choice questions. Big idea number two is about data, how we are storing data, handling data, extracting information, and then compress data when we need to. Those are usually 17 to 22% of the exam scores. Again, also like the multiple choice. Big idea three is about algorithms and programming. So you're going to learn the concept here, and then in multiple choices questions, you're going to see uh, questions related to what will be the output of this algorithm. Is this algorithm correct or not? So since computer science is a lot about algorithms and programming, so this is kind of like the largest part of your multiple choice, which will be 30 to 35% of the exam scores. Learning this well is also important because you're going to build your own project. And big idea four is about computer systems and networks. You will learn lots of those new concepts like the internet, parallel distributed computing, um, and many other interesting concepts. Again, you'll just be learning concepts. That will be 11 to 15% of the exam scores. And the final big idea, number five, is the impact of computing. So basically, how computer science or those computing technologies have influenced our education, influenced the world. So you will learn topics like, for example, computing bias. Nowadays, artificial intelligence is pretty popular. Typical computing bias there is the training data, whether the training data includes like different views from different ethnicities of the people and so on. And safe computing, right? Cybersecurity, how to make sure that all of those transactions or apps on our phones, they are secure and we will not be, our social security number will not be disclosed by any due to any of those computer viruses and so on. So this will be like 21 to 26% of the exam scores. So these are the basic topics that will be covered in your CSP multiple choice questions. So the question is that you will be learning those things in your class, but what will you learn in this particular APS-CSP course series of course that I'm going to create for you? The thing I noticed that in my child's class, some of those concepts that the teacher will introduce that, but really not complete. So in this particular online version of the preparation, I will try to give you a comprehensive introduction to all those topic points. And I will couple them with examples that will help you remember those topics easily. Okay, so that's going to be the focus in this course. And another reason why I want to provide you this preparation is that when students study for this APCSP subject in their high school, they typically feel like this is an easy subject. But the fact is that here is the APCSP score distributions over the past 5 years. So you can see that the getting five is not that easy. It's like around 11%. So if you want to prepare yourself well and get a five, if that's your goal, you should definitely go through this class. All right. Thank you for paying attention. If you have any questions, please contact me at tutortime85@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye.